Woody. He's a sentient, fully autonomous children's cowboy play toy. He's Andy's favorite toy, he's the leader of all the other toys, and I'm pretty sure he might be fucking the baddest bitch in Andy's room.
What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?
Hell yeah.
You see, Woody is very prideful of the fact that he's Andy's favorite toy. That's like his whole identity, and I'm pretty sure he medically sustains himself off the rush he gets when Andy plays with him. Pause. So, I'm sure you can imagine the sheer intensity of the existential crisis that befell him when Andy got a brand new, cool-ass Space Ranger action figure for his birthday.
To infinity and beyond!
Meet Buzz. Buzz Lightyear.
Just a massive robot.
No, not that one.
Local law enforcement. It's about time you got here. I'm Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, him. He's a
Space Ranger.
And for some fucking reason, this nigga doesn't believe he's a toy.
We're all very impressed with Andy's new toy.
Toy?
T-O-Y. Toy.
Excuse me. I think the word you're searching for is Space Ranger.
Right.
The word I'm searching for, I can't say because there's preschool toys present.
Getting kind of tense, aren't you?
What you say, Woody?
The word I'm searching for, I can't say.
What do you mean by that?
Were you about to curse in a kids movie? Shame on you, good sir. Shame.
Shame.
But, to be fair, the moment they cross paths, Buzz tries to unalive Woody via laser beam to the fucking noggin because he thinks he's, and I quote, unintelligent life.
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Hello?
Oh, yeah! Ah! Whoa! Hey, whoa!
It obviously doesn't work because he's not a real fucking space ranger and he believes he landed on Andy's bed, which is an extraterrestrial planet that's unfamiliar to the one he's from. So the moment he saw Woody, he saw him as a threat and tried to kill him. But it doesn't work. You don't have lasers, bro. It's a light pointer. It's a laser pointer. It doesn't work. But clearly being oblivious to all that, he just keeps blasting bro in the face. Pause. He only stands down and retracts his weapon when he recognizes that Woody has some sort of judicial authority via identification of his sheriff badge. Which is crazy because he's basically saying that the only reason he stopped trying to kill him is because he has proven to be useful in some way, shape or form. Not because he has the right to be alive. I mean, the first chance he gets, Woody ends up pushing him out the window with a remote control car out of spite and envy on some real Cain and Abel type shit. So I guess they're even. But what's strange is that the other toys just start trying to viciously murder Woody the moment they find out. And the way they justify it is sort of valid because Mr. Potato Head is like, oh, Woody just tried to kill Buzz because he's Andy's new favorite toy. So if Andy starts playing with me now and giving me more attention than he's giving you, are you gonna try and start killing me next? You gonna push me off the window next, nigga? Am I next on your fucking kill list, nigga?
Here he is, man! Drag him! Let's string him up by his pull string! I got dibs on his head!
So I guess it kind of does make sense to initiate a preemptive strike against the enemy before they hit you with a sneak attack when you're not looking. But come on, bro. Murder? You just gonna try and start hanging him? That's what you wanna do? That's your friend, bro! I understand the need for a sort of deterrent. So, put him in prison! Or put him in timeout, or maybe just ostracize him from the community, or at the very least, just lower his rank in the social hierarchy. You don't need to kill him! The fuck? Trying to immediately kill him after he just tried to kill Buzz is just you repaying evil with evil. It doesn't make any sense and it doesn't achieve anything. And, not to mention, if you scale out, remove emotion and just look at the bigger picture for what it is, Woody might actually be the least morally reprehensible one of the two parties. I mean, sure, he did try to murder the new guy out of insecurity, but at least he didn't betray any one of his original friends. Y'all are the ones that are trying to brutally murder your trusted friend and leader of many years for some new guy you met last fucking week. So who's really the shitty person in this scenario? And this is the perfect example as to why repaying evil with evil doesn't fucking work. In the ideal world, Woody would have done the bad thing, tried to murder the new guy. And if you guys just simply started to distance yourself from him, you would have had the moral high ground. So the story would have been Woody tried to commit murder and you guys justifiably exiled him from the community. Simple. Very clear distinction between the good guys and the bad guys. But because you guys made the mistake of trying to repay evil with evil, now you're both fucking bad. And what's worse, you guys are worse than him that committed the initial evil act in the first place. So instead of the story being Woody tried to murder somebody and you guys banished him justifiably, now the story is Woody tried to murder some stranger and you guys just tried to kill your beloved friend and leader. Now who's the bad person in this story? You know what? This movie is actually weird because I just realized that the plot hasn't even started. We're still in the inciting incident. We're still in Act 1 and there are already 2 murder attempts in this alleged kids movie. The fuck? Are we sure these aren't the same guys that wrote Shrek? Because I'm starting to see a fucking theme here. I'm gonna need to have a word with all these fucking early 2000s, late 90s writers because this is not okay. You can't be putting promiscuous dragons and murderous children's toys in 2 separate kids movies within the same decade, bro. And that's not the only weird thing I've noticed in this movie. The murder attempts are not too dissimilar to how Mr. Potato Head overtly called Slinky a kiss ass after he shot Woody some bail when he tried to, calm everyone down about the fact that Andy was going to get new toys for his birthday. Then they all still sent out a scout team on a reconnaissance mission to report back on all the new toys that he got out of fear of being replaced.
Andy's opening the first present now.
Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head, Mrs. Potato Head. Hey, I can dream, can't I?
Mr. Potato Head! This is a kids movie! Control yourself, nigga! First you make an overtly vulgar gesture. Then you try to unalive Woody by hanging him. And now you're trying to engage in obscene sexual activities with another toy? Shame on you, good sir. Shame.
Shame.
Anyway, the whole attempted murder thing is the inciting incident that sort of sets the plot in motion because Woody and Buzz end up in the hands of Sid, the neighborhood kid that loves to torture, amputate, mutilate and blow up toys just for the fun of it. He's also mean to his little sister for no reason because tell me why you would walk in, harass your sister, then take her favorite toy captive when all she did was simply refuse to engage with you when you were trying to disrespect her. He takes her toy, goes up to his room, cuts the fucking head off and puts a pterodactyl head on it, shows it to her in an attempt to scare her and make her feel bad, then immediately starts gaslighting her when she attempts to report him to their mom.
Mom! She's lying! Whatever she says, it's not true!
I mean, who actually hurt you, bro? Or were you just abused as an infant by your dad or some shit? Because I would really love to know. But unfortunately, we don't have enough information to do a full character case study on Sid right now. So let's just move on. Sid drops them off in his room and goes to go eat downstairs. So they have some time to put together some kind of plan. But in the process of trying to escape, Buzz has an existential crisis. I don't think you guys heard me, so I'll say it again. A child's play toy has a fucking existential oh god! Oh no! You know that whole thing where Buzz thinks he's actually a fucking space ranger from like deep in the expanse of space? Yeah, he saw himself on TV where kids were playing with him in a commercial for the toy that he is, Buzz fucking Lightyear, and he just loses his fucking shit. He goes head first into denial, so he tries to fly because he successfully flew back in Andy's room after Woody challenged his credibility as a real-life space ranger, even though that was just a serendipitous one-time event that allowed him to fall with style while giving off the illusion of flight.
That wasn't flying, that was falling with style.
That obviously doesn't fucking work because again, you're just a toy.
T-O-Y. Toy.
So he's just depressed now. He skipped anger, skipped bargaining, and just said fuck it and went straight into depression. In his doomer, no fucks given depressive state, he let Sid strap a rocket to his back to be launched and blown up the next day. And in the process of trying to not get blown up, Woody ends up getting stuck in a cage while Sid is asleep. Buzz has no desire to escape anymore because he's still battling with his demons. So while attempting to cheer him up, Woody ends up getting his own existential crisis because he starts telling him, oh, Andy wants you, Andy is missing you, you're his favorite toy, you're a space ranger, you're cool, you can fly, you got lasers, you that nigga, I fucks with you. Then he's like, wait a minute, if Buzz is so cool, what's Andy gonna wanna do with me now? Why would Andy wanna fucking play with me if he's got Buzz? Space Ranger, cowboy. Space Ranger, cowboy. I'm obviously the fucking useless one. So if I go back, Andy's not gonna fucking wanna play with me anymore. Then as the depression starts lifting from Buzz, it just immediately transfers into Woody as he realizes that, oh fuck, I might be obsolete, nigga. But he's able to accept and make peace with his own existential crisis at a quicker rate than Buzz because it wasn't a sudden realization. This is definitely something he had known for a while and had been battling with internally, but just chose to bury it deep inside and attempt to assassinate Buzz instead of, dealing with his feelings like a regular person. So Buzz helps Woody escape the cage, but in the process, they end up waking up Sid. So Woody concocts this ingenious plan to save Buzz from being blown up. He simply scares the shit out of Sid by revealing to him that the toys are alive. So now, he's got PTSD to deal with, on top of whatever trauma was inflicted upon him as a child. The real beauty of this story is how their friendship develops over the course of their time spent together. While they are in the clutches of this demon child Sid, just trying to escape, they end up saving each other so many times that, by the end, when it comes time to get back to Andy, Buzz gets stuck in the fence and Woody immediately jumps off the car to help him. The same person he was trying to get rid of because he was afraid he was going to replace him is now the reason he's willing to risk his last chance to be back with Andy and be his number one again, all because he has seen the true value of friendship. Andy is currently moving away to a new house, so it's either they get on the car right now or it's done. They are over. They're never gonna see Andy again, and that's the end of it. So after Woody saves him, they both start chasing the car, but obviously they're toys, they can't catch up to a fucking car. So they end up catching a ride on the moving truck. But Sid's demented dog grabs the hood of Woody, and Buzz immediately returns the favor by jumping on the dog, risking his own life to save the guy that tried to kill him at the start of the movie. Woody is able to get in the truck, and he uses the exact same car toy that he used at the start of the movie to try and assassinate Buzz to now save him from Sid's dog. But because of the optics, their preconceived notions of Woody's propensity for violence, and just a lot of pent-up resentment, his friends end up tossing him off the truck, which, at that point, is kind of valid because, from their point of view, Woody murdered and violently mutilated their new friend Buzz, and now, they just watched him push one of their dearest and oldest friends off a moving vehicle, presumably to his death. So I guess with reference to my original complaint at the start of the movie with them trying to kill him, tossing him off at this point in the narrative can be considered as the more justifiable form of exile. He catches a ride with Buzz, but the car's battery dies because it's a toy that's been riding on the road, chasing after a truck for 5 straight minutes. Woody gets the bright idea to ignite the rocket, so they blow past traffic, drop off the car toy in the truck, get propelled into the upper atmosphere, detach from the rocket before it explodes, and Buzz flies them back into Andy's car. While his good friend Woody tries to hype him up for actually finally flying, Buzz decides to stop lying to himself, and in an act of pure self-awareness, acknowledges that he's merely falling with style and makes peace with that fact.
Hey, Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
To infinity and beyond!
Then at the end, we cut to the holidays when Andy's opening his Christmas presents with all the toys listening in again. This time, not out of the fear of getting replaced, but out of the sheer excitement at the thought of getting a new friend like Buzz.
Come on, guys. Every Christmas and birthday we go through this.
But what if Andy gets another dinosaur? A mean one. I just don't think I can take that kind of rejection. Maybe Andy will get another dinosaur, like a leaf eater. That way I could play the dominant predator.
Holly's first present is Mrs. Potato Head. Repeat, Mrs. Potato Head.
Way to go, Idaho! Gee, I better shave.
Yeah, that's what's up, my nigga. Mr. Potato Head finna get some cheeks. Just, don't do it in a kid's movie. Get a room, nigga. Or like go to sausage party or some shit. Don't do it here. The whole thing reminds me of Game Theory, where at the start of the movie, they chose to defect out of fear of being made obsolete. But now, they are choosing to cooperate after realizing that friendship is the only thing that will truly yield a mutually beneficial outcome for both parties.
You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Also, Woody finally got to plow Bo Peep.
Say, isn't that mistletoe?
Come in, Franken.
All right.
So that's nice. Anyway, you know the drill. Subscribe to the Patreon for Weird Spectrum, my weekly Patreon exclusive podcast where I review movies and answer questions from the Patreon members. Whew. Well, this was fun. Subscribe to the Patreon, link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next analysis.
Revenge is not an idea we promote on my planet.
Oh, well, that's good.
But we're not on my planet, are we?
No.
It's a fucking kids movie. What the